He's some Chinese fat cat who came over. He lives in Denver.
Yeah, there's some dude that knows the syndicate. Because I've said this before, like, honestly, Pat, I've been, you know me, I'm the J. I bet on everything. And I've always said this. I'm watching ping pong before, and it's on live on the sportsbooks. You see the video. And it's literally like just two dudes in a basement in Moscow. And there's like a judge there, Pat. But I'm like I said, how do you really know who is who? You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is Konstantin Valakamov, ranked number 18. Well, is it? I don't know. It's like, I don't like, who knows?
At Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience 2026 Winter Olympics Bets, Picks, Preview. We've already done one Winter Olympics show, and that was very light on the picks. It was more picking people's brains about how crazy they are in terms of what sports are hard and what sports are not hard. But when it comes to an event like this, you need to get the person who knows the most about the sports no one else pays attention to. Gabriel Morency at Sports Rage of Sports Grid. Sir, I haven't talked to you since March Madness.
It's good to catch up with you, Pat. Yeah, we normally do this like once a year or so. March Madness, the bracketology, when the brackets come out, and the Olympics, the Winter and Summer Olympics. And, you know, it's funny. When I was younger, I used to be a bigger Winter Olympic fan, right? You know, just the spectacularness of it and the crashes and the bobsled and the ski jump and all that. But as I've gotten older, I realize, as from a betting perspective, the Summer Games offer a hell of a lot more options.
Well, like, is it the more options because there's just so many more sports?
Exactly. Like when you really break it down, how many Olympic sports really are there?
Like, I think in the winter there's like 28.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But they're all variations of the same sport almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've got your skiing, okay, downhill, alpine, cross country, long distance, sprint. All right, so you eat up a bunch of events. You know, bobsled. All right, 2-man, 4-man, 1-man, luge. You know, this, that. It's like, all right, it's all sort of the same thing, right? Summer Games, you know, you got, the volleyball, the basketball, the track and field, the swimming, right? It's more, and I guess I would say there's more high-profile sort of athletes that people know. I mean, who the hell knows who some dude from Austria is, right, that's going to win some alpine race. But it doesn't mean that there's not spots to lay it down on. The sports books haven't posted numbers yet on a lot of the stuff as well, unfortunately. We've got the cross-country skiing, and we've got total medals and stuff. But we're building quite the portfolio already here, Pat. And, you know, it's not about being cute and talking about some dude just for the sake of it. I'm trying to make money here, right? So it's about us sort of isolating, all right, what's a solid bet? How can we make money? How can we approach the hockey for real? Who are the upsets? I think curling, a sport that's very popular in your part of the country. It's interesting when you look at curling and the failures that Canada have had. Canada haven't won a gold medal in the Olympics in curling since 2014, right? And yet people just assume that they're going to win. Anything with ice, people think Canada are going to win. It's not true. Right? They don't always win.
Outside of hockey, it's been pretty bad for Canada in the ice sports.
Yeah, like figure skating, curling. Like I said, they do well in the world championships and all that type of stuff, but not so much in the Olympics. So, yeah, we've isolated some spots, and we can sort of start off by telling you as well, one of the interesting sort of straightforward bets that we can make here. It's like betting a future. Who's going to win the most gold medals? Who's going to win the most gold medals in the Olympics? And you're getting Norway, depending on your book. And I'll tell you what, and I'm not getting paid to say this, but I saw you promoting some curling odds at Coolbet, and very good odds. Very good odds. The odds, we'll get to that match and that event. But Norway are generally in the minus 145 to 155, 150, let's call it, whatever, to win the most gold medals. You figure out how they're going to win the most gold medals. They're just dominant. They just are in winter sports. And they won last time by 10. So can Germany, close that gap from 10 gold medals? They added a new bobsled event or two, which Germany are probably going to win. But I don't think they can close the gap. So we can sort of start off there. Yeah, is it great odds? No. But it's pretty much, I'm not going to call it a lock. But like I said, they had 10 more gold medals in Germany last time. And Norway are looking to dominate again. this year. Norway have won 30 gold medals, guys, over the last 2 Winter Olympics. 4 years ago, they had 10 more. Their biggest strengths, cross-country skiing, biathlon. They won 11 gold medals in cross-country skiing and biathlon events between the women's and the men's and the different 2-man, 4-man, and all that type of stuff. They won freaking 11 gold medals just cross-country skiing alone. You can't beat that. Minus 150, Norway wins the most gold medals in Milan.
So you mentioned CoolBet. If you hit the description right now, you can get a bonus at CoolBet if you're in Canada outside of Ontario. Everywhere else, you're up to your own devices.
That's good because all the other promos are always just for Ontario all the time. So I like this.
Yes. So neither one of us live in Ontario. This works out well.
Yeah.
But I like even the golf odds are really good. But they actually have, as you said, like the full slate. I mean, I haven't seen any other book have as much stuff up for the Olympics already, which is fantastic. Because you were talking about the mixed curling. I got a bunch of curling notes from my curling insider.
All right. So as far as the curling is concerned, as I talked about, Canada hasn't won since 2014. The rest of the world is caught up as far as curling is concerned. The Chinese are really good at it. The Swiss are good at it. The Scots/Brits. Right, there's a champion who's he's a Scot, but he competes for under the Great Britain banner in the Olympics. But let's start off with this mixed curling, and I don't know if you have the odds from CoolBet in front of you right now, but I saw what you were talking like. It was nice money. Was it plus 180, plus 170 type of thing?
Yeah, it was plus 175.
Plus 175 to win. To put in context, and like I said, I'm not getting paid or promo by any of these books. Put in context, other major books, 2 other books I've seen it at. FanDuel, minus 105. Bet365, like minus 110 type of deal. Like you're getting a bargain here, man. Like I smashed this. And the reason is Stefania Constantini and Amos Mosner, they won 11-0 in the last Olympics in the mixed doubles. All right, they played 11 games. They didn't lose a single game. Like just sheer dominance. All right, yeah, well, that was 4 years ago. Well, you know what? They just participated in the World Championships. They went 11-0 again. They're 22-0. Like they've never lost. And you're getting them at play. Like they've never lost. And Canada, like you can't just they have the chemistry, right? Like they are a team. Other teams just sort of throw a couple of people together and, oh yeah, by the way, mixed doubles, right? No. This Italian pair take it seriously. And, oh yeah, by the way, the games are in Italy. The games are in Italy. So you got a home ice advantage. They're throwing rocks at home here. They're 22-0. There's no mixed pairs type thing that can deal with them. Like the Swiss girl is awesome and stuff, and we can get to her. And the Scot, the Brit guy is Moet is amazing. Yeah, they're not in this thing, right? It's sort of like one of these tennis things, Pat. In the tournaments out of mixed doubles.
Yes. So you have the mixed doubles. You talk about like the men's event, like some of the other guys. Apparently, 7 of the top 10 teams in the world are either from Canada or Great Britain, but only 2 of them are in the Olympics. So it's Great Britain, Canada, and then the rest.
Exactly. Big drop off after. It's similar with the women that we'll get to in a second, but we love this. So, in fact, I'm going to open up an account at CoolBet. I don't have one right now. I'm going to open up an account, and I'm going to get in on this at these odds because I love this play. And what's good about this, guys, it's the first event up, Pat. Don't have to wait. You know what I mean? It starts next week, point blank. And in fact, the mixed curling doubles is the first event to start. It starts before the opening ceremonies even. So I like this aspect of this bet. It's actually, I think it's like probably the best bet on the board. And we won't have to wait. Basically we're going to get paid like, a couple of days in. Like the openings, they always have a couple of, an event or two that starts before the ceremonies. The mixed curling doubles is that event. So they're starting that on like the Tuesday, Wednesday. You got your ceremony on a Thursday, Friday, whatever it is. And then it's Friday, the ceremony. And then Saturday, the Olympics begin for real. Super Bowl weekend. So like basically this mixed double should be over by the weekend. Super Bowl Sunday, Pat, type thing. So I like it. Nice early, quick bet, mixed doubles, Italy to win gold.
Here's the problem. While we were talking, CoolBet updated the odds. It's only plus 130 now.
People are onto this. And this is me, because no one's talked about this, all right? Cam's got a big mouth too. I told him off the air. I didn't tell him. I said, yeah, I got a couple of things. I was sort of like, yeah, on the down low, man. These Italians, right? And sort of started to spread a little bit, and just like that, Pat. Wow, I'm telling you. Like by the time they start throwing rocks next week, this is going to be like minus 160 or something.
So it's plus 130. They also have and Coolbet has an alternate market on this as well.
Oh, I love that top 3 stuff. That's almost free money.
Yeah, top 3 minus 156.
Like maybe they lose in the gold medal match or something. Like that's not impossible, but no way in hell they're not a top 3 team.
So minus 156, top 3, Italy. You can put that with like golf bets on the weekend if you can link them together.
Love it. Yeah, parlay that with the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
It would probably a minus 156 and like minus 275. That might get you around even money.
Yeah. You can squeeze some plus money. I've seen the Seahawks in the plus 220 in the 225 range. Yeah, that minus you can squeeze some plus money out of that barely. You know, maybe plus 103 or something like that. It'll add up to, but. I do like that pick, and it's funny how it's going down right now. But we sort of tweeted about it the other day. We were posting. Smart people sort of paid attention, I think, as well.
Smart of them. They should go hit the description, get their bonus funds at Coolbet, and go dump it all. And I don't want Coolbet to go out of business, so they'll probably like cap you. But either way, go get your money when you can. Here's the note that I got on the men's event that I talked about. So you have the two of the top 7 teams are in here, and the other 5 are just like sitting at home in like Newfoundland or something like that and hanging out. But Canada, like the British guys, even money. Canada is plus 175. However, Italy is 40-1 to win this. They were as high as number 3 in the world as of last year, and they're currently number 8. And from my curling insider guy, said probably the best brushers in the world. If they ride the home crowd energy, they can make a run here.
Love that. The brushers. Yeah. You know who my dark horse for the men is the Swedes, but we'll get, it's funny. We're just talking about Canada struggling, and a lot of the players, a lot of these guys that are in this event, and similar with the women, they're all the best curlers in the world, point blank, right? No one's going to dispute this. A lot of them have choked in the Olympics. Jacobs, a good example. Team Jacobs. He's really struggled in the Olympics. So I don't want to emphasize Canada too much here, but the last time Canada, we talked about them winning a gold medal. Last time Canada, men or women, won a gold medal in curling was 2014. The last time they won a world championship in the men's side, 2017, Pat. Think about that.
Jared, you're on the line. Come on and tell Gabe your story.
A men's curling, and sorry, Jared, I'll just say, like a men's curling since Brad Gushue, all right?
Hey, Brad Gushue.
So that 2017. And you got Canada at the top of the board here. No, why would I buy into Jacobs, a guy who took time off? He's older now. I get it. He's 6-1 in his last 7 matches, blah, blah, blah. I don't think he has it. I don't think he's going to do it. I think Great Britain are going to win. This Mouat guy has been like, he's like the kingpin. He's won 4 of the last 5 events on the season on the Grand Slam Tour. He's done it all. But my dark horse here is the Swede guy, Nick Eden. He won gold in the last Olympics. He's won 7 world championships before, including in 2024. And I was reading an interview with him in which he said, I feel really good, and I really think we can do something special here. So, go on, Jared.
Yeah, Brad Gushue, legend. Absolute legend. Got the day off school when he won. I don't know. That was in 2002, right? Or 2006?
That was that big of a deal. Like, the Olympics. Yeah, I was saying the last time he won it was 2017 for the World Championships. But
legend. I would trust him in this Olympics more. We got the whole day off school. All of the schools got a half day to go watch Brad Gushue in the Olympics. Bring it home. Oh,
that's amazing. They didn't give anyone like the day off in Toronto or Montreal for that. I love that. They got the day off.
Yeah, you basically had to be in St. John's or you didn't get the day off.
So where were you when moment?
Sweden is 9.5-1 right now. And they're plus 125 to come inside the top 3.
Dude, the guy's a defending gold medal champion. He's won 7 world titles, and he just won a world title last year.
So, do you know about this big drama that's going on with curling?
No. What's the drama?
So the big drama of Olympic curling is the new brushing technique regulations and if they get enforced or not. Because China is kind of renowned as being cheaters when it comes to this.
Yeah. They're touching the rock a little bit too much, huh?
Yeah, curling has always been like golf, where you have to color your own fouls. and they've been bending and breaking the brushing rules for a while. And the
So
World
will
Curling
they
Federation
enforce it? Yeah.
Yeah, they introduced new rules clarifying it, and now they've given officials power to call the rules. So they might just get DQ'd.
I think that's good. I think it's good. It's against the nature of the sport, and it'll hurt them. I think we all saw it happening, especially the Chinese women. I remember the scandal when it happened. So, yeah, I would go with Great Britain, but if you're looking for the value here, Great Britain are plus 100 for men's gold. But if you're looking for the value, my pick will be the Swedes. I'm going to go with Nick Eden to defend his gold medal here. I got a 1,200 price in that range.
Ooh, nice.
But like I said, Great Britain probably win. But at 12, you got plus 100 and plus 1,200. So I'll go with the plus 1,200.
The men's or the women's side, Canada's the big favorite. Apparently, they just don't lose ever. They're like the 95 Bulls. They haven't lost in 3 years, apparently.
Yeah, you know what, though? I think Rachel Holman has the chance more so. And I'm not going to pretend to be the biggest curling expert, but from what I understand, like this is like a dream team that they have. Like with Tracy Fleury, and you got Emma Miskew and Sarah Wilkes. It's just that they got a mini dream team here. They are the team to beat. So between the two of them, I don't think that Jacobs is going to win. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Canada's curling imploded and settled for bronze or something like that. The women, I think, are going to be right in the mix. But I tell you what, I'm attracted to Silvana Trezzoni of Switzerland. She's pretty much the hottest player in the world right now. 4 straight world championships. But Holman defeated her. Holman defeated her in the world championship and won the players championship in the last time they played. So I think they're on a collision course here. Switzerland, Canada, collision course, women's gold.
So Canada's minus 141. Switzerland is plus 190. The note that I got would be if you want to play a long shot here, Japan and Fujisawa is 40-1. They're 3-0 in their last 3 matches against Canada. So if they can somehow play Canada, they could beat them.
Yeah, I don't listen, man. The Japanese can throw rocks as well, and it is in Europe, right? So I think there's going to be a little bit of an advantage as well for some of these Europe. They're just going to be more comfortable, right? Time zone, food, just sort of everything. They're going to feel more relaxed and playing in their own continent. We see it in other sports and major events like this. It's going to be fun. The curling, I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, I mean, I watch curling a bit. I'll bet on it a bit, but like. It's more so the Olympics. You can really bet on it.
You can bet
in game and like all that type of stuff. Over unders and minus rocks and minus 2.5 and all that stuff.
It's also nice, but it's a lot like golf in the way where you can just have it on too, because it's on all day during the Olympics.
Yeah, it's just sort of there. it's like Canadian, like T-Mac said when he was on the Raptors. They said, hey, I like Toronto, but he goes, I try to watch basketball highlights on TV, and it's all curling all the time. People got mad, but he wasn't lying.
He's not wrong. And maybe it's changed a little bit now, like 25 years later, but not significantly so.
I questioned a network when I was on the Score actually years ago. I brought this up. I said, man, all we ever show is like curling and poker. And they said, yeah, let me show you the ratings for both. And I was like, all right.
I got the same talk like in broadcasting school. It's like, why are we talking about the CFL? This is ridiculous. They're like, hey, look at the ratings, pal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You're like, all right. Yeah, just because I don't watch it doesn't mean no one else is. Yeah.
So before we move on, because I'm doing a complete hockey breakdown. I got Jay Conn, I got Chris Meany. Yeah. They're going to come down and break down each of the countries, the odds. That show will come out on Sunday evening. So if you want more in-depth breakdowns on hockey, you can check that out. But before I get your first impression on who's going to win gold in hockey, on this show yesterday, there was a man who ranked the hardest sports of the Winter Olympics. And do you know where he had curling?
It's got to be Tim Anderson. And curling, I'm going to say ranked the hardest.
Number 2,
huh? It is hard. It's sort of like golf. It's hard, but it's not quite the same as risking your life on a luge, is it?
No, it's not.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather go curling than if they told me, all right, Morency, you got to go down this ski jump right now. I'd be like, no, I'm not. You seen some of those hills pod in the Olympics, the downhill skiing and stuff?
Yeah, you die. You don't.
Yeah, there's no, come on, curling. I'd rather, come on. You can drink and curl, all right? So, yeah, curling's hard. It's a sport. No, it's a sport. No one's disputing it. But no, come on. Let's be real.
Yeah, well, he said that it's going to be very dangerous. He's like, the sweeping is really hard and taxing, and you might slip on the ice. So I asked him if he could do the half pipe, and he's like, well, no.
Dude, those guys are insane. How about even the figure skating, the doubles figure skating?
Just any figure skating.
These dudes, man, you're flipping the girl on top of your head, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're skating around at 30 miles an hour backwards. Like, people don't realize that, man. Like, these figure skaters, they fall, they could die, like crack your skull. Like, you try to get an NHL player. Tell Connor Bedard, all right, you know what? Copy what that dude just did. He would like kill himself if he tried to do that.
Underdogs expanding the game. You already know their player picks. Pick higher or lower on player stats. Today, Underdog prediction markets are live in 25 states. Back your squad with spreads, handicap for closer game, or totals, higher or lower combined score, combined with player picks for bigger payouts. New customers play $5 on fantasy, get $75 in fantasy bonus entries. Code Mayo. Team picks, player picks, all on Underdog. Eat better. Train smarter. Maybe stop pretending frozen mystery meat is good enough. And honestly, starting strong is the easiest way when the food doesn't suck to get yourself ready to start the new year. That's where Omaha Steaks comes in. Premium, perfectly portioned protein shipped straight to my door. No guessing, no waste, just legit quality that actually fuels what you're trying to do. I loaded up on their USDA certified tender steaks and gourmet burgers, threw a couple fillets on the grill, which is out my back door, and there's not that much snow, so I can access it pretty easily. Salt, pepper, done, instantly tender. Way more flavor, better texture, zero stress compared to anything I've really cooked before. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code MAYO at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com, promo code MAYO. Terms apply. See site for details. Who you got in the hockey?
All right, so the hockey, obviously, people are going to talk about Canada so much, Pat, but I'll put it in golf terms, like betting on Scotty Scheffler in a 18-hole playoff at minus odds.
Yeah, but Canada doesn't win these tournaments over in Europe.
No, they don't. That's what I'm saying. People in Canada seem to think it's some lock. They have a short memory that they forget that they nearly lost in overtime in the Four Nations, right? If it wasn't for Binnington making a save or two. Last year in the World Championships, Canada had Nate McKinnon, Sidney Crosby, Macklin Celebrini. They lost to Latvia, all right? Like, upsets happen in hockey. I think Canada is the team to beat. No one's going to dispute it. But I'm telling you what, man, from a betting perspective, I keep coming back to Sweden. You're getting Sweden in between plus 500 and plus 600. Their defense is good as anybody. They've got great goaltending. They have enough up front. They play a good sort of Olympic style, European style of hockey. They've had chemistry issues and sort of drama before about, like, you know, just sort of digging down deeper. I get the feeling they do. I think the Czech Republic, Czechia are really dangerous, and they get Canada in the first game. But ultimately, you know what? I don't think they have enough firepower. So I'm going to say Canada wins, but if you're looking for that value pick, got to take Sweden. Got to take Sweden. Like, Sweden to me is, and Sweden's won 2 times, Pat, already in these Olympics, right, with the pros. Like this, so it's not like, oh, they haven't done it before. Yeah, they've done it twice. All right, they've won twice. They won in 2006. They won in 94. They've won with the pros a couple of times already. They can do it again.
Not having Russia here sucks.
Yeah, it's not, doesn't, you're right. It's not a full. The only thing is Russia always seems to choke in these tournaments.
Sure, but at least it takes the heat off Canada at that point.
Yeah, I know, but like it's like I said, it's like having a international baseball tournament without the Japanese. It's like, you know, they're kind of good at this, right? Like, you know, I mean, Russia would have an elite all-star team as well and would be one of the favorites to win. Right? They'd be right there with Sweden after. I think the USA is kind of in for a little bit of a downfall. I think the US is so hell-bent on Canada. I think they made mistakes building their team. And I think the U.S. can end up like playing for a bronze when it's all said and done. I got Canada and Sweden as the teams to beat. But just quickly from a betting perspective, because you guys, like you said, you'll break it down from an X and O and a real hockey and roster stuff. But Canada's going to win their group. All right. They're with the Czech Republic. They're with they got France. Like, they're going to roll in their group, Canada. They just got to sort of get through the Czech Republic. So if you want to play some like to win group parlays, Canada to win the group and USA to win their group is like plus 103 type of thing. USA has a cream cake, cupcake group to win. But if you want to start crossing it up a little bit, the women, Pat, is where the U.S. are going to win.
You're going to say, is it? Listen, I've gotten in trouble for this take before, but I am not afraid to stand by it. Women's hockey is the most ludicrous sport in the Olympics. There are 2 teams that are any good in the world.
Yeah, I can't argue. The other teams have gotten better, but
sure, but they have no chance.
No, but I'll put it in context for you. 6 of the 7 of the Olympic finals have been Canada and the USA. 23 of the last 24 World Championships games have been the USA and Canada. So there's no disputing this, but there's a little bit of a gap that's starting to develop between Canada and the USA on the women's side of things. Canada's team is an aging team. Marie-Philip Poulin, they've got like sort of moms on their team. Yeah, they've got moms in their 30s that have kids, and yeah, they're legends and they play in the PWHL and you're really good. The USA have like 24-year-old girls that are flying around right out of NCAA hockey and stuff. It's just different. The US are just younger and faster. Dude, they played 4 times, Pat, in that rivalry series. They always play a tune-up getting ready for this. The U.S. swept them 4 games to none. They outscored them 24-7. Like, there's a massive gap. And we talked about the mixed doubles curling. If you want to talk about arguably what the best bet is, I would say the U.S. women's hockey team. Along with the curling. Like, the U.S., they're going to win. Dude, they only have to beat 1 team. It's Canada. Like, they're not losing anyone else. So it's like, all right, can they beat Canada? Well, they've outscored them 24-7 the last 4 times they played in the last month. Like, now you're playing for a gold medal. What's going to be different? The U.S. are going to win. USA wins gold medal. Women, that's like the slam dunk best bet to make money.
So USA women's hockey plus Italy mixed doubles curling parlay is what we're looking at.
Love it. Love it.
That'd probably get you up to around. Geez.
Let me throw it together here quickly.
Is this probably like what, plus 3? I guess where you're doing the parlay of it, it's minus money for the mixed curling. But if you had plus 130 and minus 130, you're right around like 325, I bet.
That's going to turn into some nice money here. All right. So look, USA. All right. Damn, I got the game lines. I don't want the game. There's already game lines up for the Olympic. And for the record, too, the USA and Canada actually open up the Olympics in women's. Canada and the USA don't play each other until like whatever. If they both advance and all that, they can meet each other. But they're kind of starting the Olympics like for real after the Super Bowl. The Tuesday morning after the Super Bowl, USA versus Canada women's hockey is like 11 in the morning East Coast time type thing. That's going to be like, NBC sort of their big bang to get this thing going. So, all right, USA to win. I got it at minus 138 right now. And let me get this mixed doubles in here. Curling. All right, here we go. Mixed doubles. I can't wait, Pat. We're going to start to chip away. We're going to make some money with this stuff.
You're the best at finding these little micro edges and things like that.
I won the Shrine Bowl last night. No one wanted to bet it. I told people Team West wins. Team West won.
Hey, so
I'm good at the unique things that people don't want to touch. And it's funny because I don't know how you feel about Pat. Everybody, oh no, I don't bet this. I only bet the NFL and stuff. Oh yeah, because you have a real edge in the NFL, right? Because there's nobody smart has algorithms and simulations and like. This stuff like this, they don't know, Pat. They don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're posting the odd. Like they're not getting beat on it. There's a couple of degens, and they're like, "Yeah, let them have fun. If they find it, God bless them."
Yeah, it's just there to entice more action, and they know that like Cool Bet being a Canadian book, they can juice up Canada's odds to whatever they want. People will only bet on Canada. In the States, DraftKings and FanDuel are just going to they're going to charge you like a 70-cent USA tax on any of these bets.
Or even people know it's like, cool bet. All right, we'll give them good odds on this curling, whatever. They'll win. They're going to end up betting it on a hockey game later anyways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they know, like, yeah, we'll get them in the door. But for the record, here we go. I like the price. USA women to win the gold medal. Italy mixed doubles to win the gold medal in curling. USA women's hockey plus 229, Pat. That's the number I got right now.
All right, when they open up, I'm going to wait till Coolbet hasn't opened the market yet for the women's hockey. That if they do, being that the Italian mixed are plus 130, hopefully we can get the number up bigger than that.
I have it here, Pat.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. I was looking. Actually, I wanted Gabe's opinion on something. The first games are USA women versus Czechia and Canada versus Finland. The puck line's minus 3.5 on both. Would you parlay those two together if they're so good?
You know what? I like the USA more.
It's plus 113 for the States to win by 3.5.
Yeah, I could see the USA winning like 5-0 or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Sort of sending a statement early. You know what I mean? They send that early message. And don't forget, too, they kind of know Canada and the USA, they're in the same group, right? So they know goal differential will matter for them. Yes. Right? Like, so let's say, you know what? Whatever happens, if it's a 1-goal game here or whatever, like a tie. No, all right. Goal differential matters. So I could see the U.S. starting with a bang here. So I would trust the USA more. But I'll tell you what, I think Canada men, bro, are in tough in that first game against the Czechs. We've seen the Czechs eliminate the Canadian kids in the World Juniors 3 years in a row. You say, oh, that's the World Juniors. Like, all right, well, Czech Republic and Dominic Hasek beat Wayne Gretzky and Eric Lindros and stuff and Yzerman and everybody. Oh, that was 19. Like, there's always, oh, no, but like, the Czechs are going to be tough. Like, it's going to be a lower scoring game. I see Canada like 2.5 goal favorites. I'm going to take the 2.5 of the Czechs. I think Canada wins like 3-2, maybe 4-2 with an empty netter, but I don't think Canada just comes out flying and wins easily in their first game.
Yeah, Jared, I wasn't looking under hockey when I was looking. I was looking under Olympics. Of course, it would just be under hockey.
Oh, yeah, you got to be careful of that. There's the famous bet there that some idiot bet. Funny story. It was in England. He bet Argentina to win the World Cup, and they did, but he actually accidentally hit the Rugby World Cup instead. He posted his ticket and stuff. They showed it.
He didn't win like Paul did the day that Cuss declared Argentina dead in that World Cup.
Yeah, the thing is, too, like, the odds were kind of similar, Pat, like, at the time, too. So, like, it'd be like, well, how do you not notice that, right? But, like, no, the odds were kind of the same when he did it. Like, it was because Argentina are good at rugby, too. But, like, they did not win the rugby one, though.
Do you have any specific figure skating take, short track speed skating, some downhill skier? Anyone?
You know what? I'm waiting on some. I've got a few people that I've got my eye on. I'm curious. Listen, Lindsey Vonn. Not only is Lindsey Vonn back, but she's actually, like, good. So I think it'd be a great story. I think she has a legitimate chance of winning. There's a couple of like the Norwegians that we're going to jump in on the cross country skiing and stuff like that. The small favorites, the plus 125, and we're going to mix around with some of the parlays. I'm going to hammer the gold medal market here, though. Norway to win the most gold medals, and we'll start posting more, Pat, once the alpine and the more the speed skating. You know me, bro. Just give me 20. They could post something a half an hour before, and that's what they're going to do a lot of the time, right? When the Olympics start, they're just going to start dropping. These books are just going to ambush us with stuff, live in game. Hey, this and that, and like the only thing is they don't do figure skating because there's voting on figure skating. So they don't do the figure skating.
Anything seems susceptible to rigging for gambling, it would be figure skating at the Olympics.
Yeah, figure skating, and if they put ping pong in like they do in the summer, which is. That I don't even know how sportsbooks takes bets on that stuff, to be honest with you.
I don't know what it is, but Colorado, whenever you see the handle of sports that are being bet on, like DraftKings releases the amount of handle each sports take, and table tennis in Colorado, for whatever reason, is like through the roof.
Yeah, I see that. I've seen that, Pat, every month too. It's like the third and fourth biggest like handle of the month. More people bet on table tennis than NHL hockey there in that state.
Yeah, something's going on, right?
Yeah, you figure that, like, what do they know exactly? Like, I've always wondered, like, how come the sports books don't, like, shut it down or investigate it?
They must be winning doing it.
Yeah. So why do people keep doing it? Why do they keep betting it?
I don't know. Maybe it's one guy. Maybe it's just some, like, big, like, Asian fat. He's some Chinese fat cat who came over. He lives in Denver.
Yeah, there's some dude that knows the syndicate. Because I've said this before, like, honestly, Pat, I've been, you know me. I'm the J. I bet on everything. And I've always said this. I'm watching ping pong before, and it's on live on the sports books. You see the video, and it's literally like just two dudes in a basement in Moscow. and there's like a judge there, Pat. But I'm like I said, how do you really know who is who? You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is Konstantin Valakamov, ranked number 18. Well, is it? I don't know. It's like, I don't like, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, literally, it's just two dudes and they're going back and forth. And it's always the same thing in table tennis. One guy will win the first set like 21-3, and then the odds switch, and then miraculously the other guy comes back, Pat. Like, it's the most shadiest sport ever. I really don't know how books accept this stuff. But as you stated, I guess there's only the people that are in the know are making money, and other people are chasing it, I guess.
Do you like when the sports books have the sports on there to bet on? Because I remember trying to pitch this to DraftKings when I was there. It was like, you guys should just acquire the PGA digital rights, and everyone will now have to come to DraftKings in order to watch it.
Dude, it encourages you to bet way more, Pat. People ask me, oh, like, what, you bet on the Filipino Basketball League, or how do you know about the Filipino Basketball League? I wouldn't know about it. It's not like I went out of my way and bought some satellite dish to bet on Filipino basketball, but sportsbook that I bet at shows the games live. You show the game live, suddenly you're, oh, maybe I'll bet this, right? I'm watching a game now. I can see it. If you can see it, you'll bet on it, Pat. Point blank.
I tend to agree. They tried it with EuroLeague basketball for a while, and it just didn't catch on. They gave it like a month.
Yeah, but you see now the mainstream sports are doing it. NFL is on sports books.
Yeah.
NHL is on sports books.
And the feed that I get, like here,
is faster and better,
faster
right?
than the TV
yeah,
feed.
Me too. I do all those live in-game shows, Pat. I freak people out all the time. I'm like first down like 20 seconds before like they even snap the ball.
I'm sure Cam loves that.
Dude, Cam is like in the dinosaur age. Like he's like 2 minutes behind. Sometimes like I'll just sort of like, I'll be like, all right, I won't say anything, Cam, because I'll let him react to it live. But I got to sit there, Pat, for like 60 seconds. You know what I mean? Like waiting. But yeah, you see those sports books because they're paying for that sports radar data feed and all that, right? They're getting it for real. Like they're ahead of us. I don't think people realize, like all of us in-game betting, how far behind we really are in reality.
It's true. I was looking at the short track speed skating, 500-meter men. Both of the favorites are Canadian, plus 115 and plus 250. They're not going to win. Yeah,
I think that's where they can win, actually.
But like, isn't short track speed skating like the most susceptible thing to a random person winning?
Yeah, it is crazy. It is. It's like the roller derby in the old days on the track almost, right? There's always that. Basically, it's a lot like NASCAR. The some of those speed skating. That's fun to watch. You either have to be ahead of the pack or behind the pack. You know what I mean? And you make your decision. I'm either going to try to go wire to wire, or I will literally drop back a little bit and anticipate that 6 of you are going to spill out like bowling pins, and I'm just going to go right past y'all. And like it happens all the time with that.
I can't believe you like those Summer Olympics more than the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, just because there's more sort of, I've gotten into the sports more. I've really started to get into swimming. Like betting on swimming. Like I really enjoyed betting on swimming, and the volleyball is another sport that I like betting on. You got the women's, the men's, you got the basketball, you got the track and field, you got the golf, Pat. Like there's just so many events. Like hell, in the next Olympics, we're going to have NFL and CFL players.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, do I really want to watch flag football? Not really.
No one's forcing you to.
No, it's not. It's just will actual NFLers play, or will it be just retired NFLers?
No, and this is where they could go wrong, though. It's going to be NFL players, but will they be better than the guys that they already have doing it, Pat? That are
yeah. Well, that would be
more like golf, like long ball specialists. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I do this for a living. I drive golf balls 600 yards, whatever. Like, just because you're a PGA player doesn't mean you're going to come in here and win some skills event against us. Like, like there's different skill things. There's different skill sets, and they don't practice this stuff. So it's like, will Justin Jefferson get open? Yeah. But will there be times where he's like, damn, like I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this short thing. I'm not used to that. Like, they're going to have to find guys that are into it. But you'll notice the NFL players really love the flag football stuff, right? With the Pro Bowl and all this, they really do enjoy it. So yeah, they're going to do it, Pat, for real. I think the only question is who is it going to be? But yes, there's going to be NFL players. The NFL has literally invested over $1 billion in flag football.
Well, in the flag football world championships, didn't Canada beat the U.S.?
Yes. And in fact, I was just talking to somebody that was just at an event, and Mexico just kicked the crap out of Canada in the U.S. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the U.S.,
Possible.
I think they all think, oh, yeah, whatever. We're going to drop NFL guys in, and, like, we're going to win easily. There's a team in Mexico right now that's all they do. Every day, they're practicing for the Olympics right now. Like, that's all they do. They're not, oh, I'm going to have fun in the Olympics for 2 weeks and run past everybody. I think the NFL guys could be in for a rude awakening.
See, what they should do is because I would be, if I owned an NFL team, and let's say I signed Tyreek Hill in the offseason, like just before, he might be retired by that point, but like, yeah, do I really want him potentially, like, I know it's not contact, I've seen enough non-contact injuries. Like, do I really want him maybe blowing his knee out here? Because it's not like with hockey, yes, the guys are probably going to get hurt. Someone will get hurt in the Olympics, but it's worth it to hockey to have their guys play in the Olympics because the Olympics is bigger than the NHL. It's like the thing. This isn't going to be shit. It's going to be just something
football,
fun. It'll be like the Pro Bowl.
No, they're you look now, Pat, they're going to have an NFL flag football league in a couple of years. Like NCAA colleges are going to have, like, we're going to be betting on flag football, specifically women. They want to have like the WN, you know what I mean? The NFL doesn't have a WNBA. The flag football is going to be their WNBA. Flag football participation is massive, and it's also global as well, right? That's the whole thing. And the NFL, as much money as they've made, Pat, they've kind of tapped out the North American market. They're not going. Why do they go to Europe Why do they go to Europe as much? They don't need to do it.
The market. I just
don't need to do
it. Football is going to bring in any sort of money. It seems like a waste of money.
No, it's the opposite. It's going to bring in more female fans. Going to bring in more global fans. Going to bring in participation of people that don't want to get tackled and want to play football. Flag football is big. This is a strategic decision that the National Football League has made by putting as much money into this thing as they have.
So who do you think the quarterback would be for the States then?
Mahomes said he wanted to do it.
But wouldn't someone like Dorian Thompson-Robinson be awesome at this?
Yes.
Like some super fast guy?
Yeah, you sort of have to think about, Kyler Murray. Somebody that's quick, can throw the ball, but is quick, can move around quickly in the pocket. It's very quick thinking, though, this, Pat. So it's not automatically just run. Very quick decision. Like, you don't have a lot of time back there. So it's like, boom, boom, you got to get rid of the ball quickly. So you need a quarterback that can think really fast, but he's got to be quick and mobile as well.
So like Lamar would be awesome.
Yeah, but Lamar's not as fast as he used to be, and Lamar isn't a very accurate passer.
He's a pretty accurate passer.
So that's what I'm saying, though. Like, suddenly it'll get real, and it's like, all right, yeah, it's third down, even in this flag football game, and you got to complete this pass, USA. Like, I can't wait to see this. For me, I'm curious to see how Canada does this, though, more so than the U.S.
So do you have to
that's the thing. No.
Do they just pick, like, does the body of the country, do they just pick guys?
Think about how exactly. Think how fun that would be, Pat. Because there are numerous guys in the NFL that want to be on the team. They can't be.
Canada's pretty easy. Be like, okay, we can get Jerome Pathon out of retirement. He can be on the team, and Chuba Hubbard can be on the team. And
no,
Chase
but that's
Brown.
the whole thing. But you've got for Canada, you've got the dudes that are already on the national team. Then you've got the Canadian dudes that are in the NFL, and then you've got the Canadian dudes that are in the CFL.
I'm just trying to think of the NFLers who could possibly be on the team. There's not many.
Yeah, the NFL Canada, there's quite a few actually. They're skill position players will be the NFL.
There's Hubbard, there's Brown. I can't really think of anyone else.
Quentin Johnson, Theo Johnson,
Josh Palmer.
Yeah, Josh Palmer is one. Who was the guy for the guy on the Titans this year? A.O. Minor.
He's awesome. The
USA could like get Calvin Johnson out of retirement if they wanted to.
Yeah, but they're not going head to head, are they? No, like you've got an NFL.
See, they should have. That should be the twist on this. That you have to play both ways.
And no, Canada. I get go over their roster here of their potential players. Dalton Kincaid, Buffalo Bills.
Dalton Kincaid is Canadian.
Yeah, he's a dual citizen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a dual citizen. Can you look at the skill position players that they have, Canada? All right, let's see. like I said, there's a big battle though between the guys that are on the team, the guys that are in the CFL, the guys that are in the NFL. So they're going to have to get on the same page with this, right? Where, all right, the CFL will have a couple of dudes. The CFL have good wide receivers. So you can get a couple of good CFL wide receivers. The quarterback, obviously, Nate Rourke of the BC Lions, Trey Ford of the Edmonton Elks, both very good and very well suited for this style of football as well. It's, it'll be a disappointment if Canada doesn't get a medal. Like top 3 with the flag football. We have time to get into it, obviously, but
like USA, Canada, Mexico are what, the 3 best teams? Or is like Japan good for some reason?
Yeah, Japan's good. Germany's good. They're all good at flag football. For the record, there were 30 Canadians in the NFL this year.
A bunch of them are linemen, though, aren't they? Like St. Just is there.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of linemen. But so skill position players, Iam Orr of the Tennessee Titans, who was a standout at Stanford. Chase Brown, Cincinnati Bengals. His brother, Sidney Brown, is a defensive back. Both Canadians. Javon Holland is Canadian. Chubba Hubbard is Canadian. Theo Johnson is Canadian. Dalton Kincaid, Canadian. So they've got, John Meshie, another player, very fast. John Meshie, he's Canadian. Joshua Palmer's
when you can get the fourth best receiver on the Jets to be on your national team, you got to do it.
No, they'll be fine. Their roster is going to be stacked. Like I said, there's good wide receivers in the CFL that are Canadian as well.
Weirdly, I feel like the CFL would translate better to flag football than the NFL would.
Yeah, in a sense, yes. It's more similar of NFL is so demolition derby enclosed.
Yeah, and the small field.
Yeah. I've had guys that I know guys that have played in both leagues, and everybody said the same thing. Everyone says you get hit harder in the CFL than you do the NFL.
Is it because guys are running at full speed at all times?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Everyone said the same thing. They're like, the NFL is kind of that. Like I said, multiple players have told me. They said, dude, the NFL is crazy when you get on the field. You realize how little room there is. Everyone is so big. Literally. Everybody is just so big and fast. So he goes, it's like a bunch of little sort of bumper cars in the NFL. He goes, you kind of go fast for a minute and boom, you run into somebody and that's it. He goes, CFL, man, dudes are just flying around. They get head starts on you. They take different angles. They're not worried about getting fined. There's sort of like a brotherhood in the NFL too. There's no brotherhood in the CFL, Pat. It's just nah, that's why I'm here, because I cheap shot people and I take dumb penalties. That's why I'm in the league, right? The CFL, everyone said the same thing. They're like, oh man, CFL guys are all crazy here. They're they've all got a chip on their shoulder. They're in a bad mood about something, and they have more room to run at you.
I like it. So best bets for the Winter Olympics: USA women's hockey parlayed with Italy mixed doubles curling. That gets you up to almost plus 230, right?
Yes, sir. Plus 229. And individually, they're not bad on their own as well. And even group. You want to get into some group bets. Canada to win the group, parlayed with USA to win the group is minus 112.
For men's hockey.
For men's hockey. USA to win the group, women's hockey with USA. Listen, USA men's hockey really did get a cupcake. And what a coincidence. It was the same damn thing with the World Cup that's coming up, which everybody got these tough groups, but somehow the USA got some cupcake group in soccer as well. And we see the same damn thing. Same thing here with the Olympics. You look at the difference. Sweden, Germany, you look at what Sweden has to deal with. And what Canada has to play the Czech Republic right away. And Sweden has Finland, Slovakia are good too. So this is one group: Sweden, Finland, Slovakia, and Italy. You have 3 good teams in one group.
Well, I mean, Italy might be pretty good. It's just a bunch of guys from Vaughan, isn't it?
No, it's funny you say that, actually. I don't know why they didn't do it, but they didn't use any easy affiliation.
That's not smart.
No. They could have got Carlo Colliavac, whatever, dude. There's a million. You know how many NHL players have Italian grandmother from freaking Woodbridge in Ontario?
Yeah, just drive.
You literally could have had a team full of NHL players.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, my aunt. Like, dude, you could have. Yeah, they really could have. And the NHL, Italian, everyone, they were shocked. And they said, no, we're not doing that. We're going to go all with local Italian guys.
So they're going to be bad.
They're going to get lit up.
Over in
but
those
they're
games.
doing it with their own guys. You know what I mean? They're like, nah, we're going to reward our guys that play like here in the Italian league. Like they have guys that literally aren't like they play in the local Italian league and stuff. That's who's playing for them against NHL players. And they could have, like you said, like the World Baseball Classic, bro. Like I think you and I could play for like, Puerto Rico. Like, hey, I took an ancestry DNA test. I got 1%. Like, it's really loose. Like it seems to be. Yeah, I slept with a girl from Panama once. Can I play for you? Yes, sir. Like it seems to be very loose. But it's funny you brought up the Italians. I was just reading about it that the Italians declined. Like the NHL even told them, yeah, we'll help you, tell you who's Italian and stuff, who could play for you. And they said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go with locals only.
Well, like, did France use any Quebecers?
No.
No. These are bad ideas for these teams.
The only ones that do, and I talked about this on the podcast, Pat, is Israel. Like Israel are pretty good at hockey in some of these events now. And people are like, how are Israel? People are very impressive. Israel got good at hockey. And like I told them, I said, you think that there's a bunch of kids from Tel Aviv? I said, it's all Russians and kids from like Toronto.
Jeff's like, neighbors.
Yeah, it's Canadian Jewish kids that weren't good enough for the NHL or whatever.
Coolbet.com. You can find all of this stuff. The one that I'm putting in is Japan women's curling 40-1. I made that while we were talking.
Let's get it.
Let's win some cash on the Winter Olympics. I'm very excited for this. Gabe, you're live, 18 hours a day now?
No, not as much actually. Not quite as much. I'm still on day pretty much all the time. But like we're on weeknights at 8 o'clock Eastern, and I will be in San Francisco next week for all the Super Bowl carnage and all that type of stuff.
You gonna be on McAfee again?
That's the plan.
Right.
That's just the new Super Bowl tradition, right?
I honest to God, it's our favorite. Because I always talk to Jeff right afterwards. And it's our favorite part of the year is to see you go on there.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's always Pat. Pat always says, "Yeah, it's just like my favorite part of the week all the time." Like we've wrapped up the McAfee show ever since he's been doing it at the Super Bowls, right? So it is a tradition like none other. But I never like to get ahead of myself and start telling people, "Oh yeah, tune in." You know what I mean? At this time. It's always very organic, Pat. You know what I mean? It's usually set up on like the Wednesday, Thursday night before the Friday. Yep. Yeah. Come in at 1, come in at 2, whatever time I find out the time. But we'll obviously let everybody know what's going on next week from Frisco.
All right, at Sports Rage on X if you want to follow Gabe. And Gabe's the only reason that I knew that the Vancouver Whitecaps were in the finals of the MLS because Gabe was tweeting.
Damn right.
If you want to know about stuff, Gabe will be tweeting about it, then you will find out about it. So at Sports Rage.
I'll have some Senior Bowl picks this weekend. And I'm getting into the National Lacrosse League quite a bit as well. So we're all over that.
Listen, Coolbet is where you want to be for the NLL. Gregoire is on the broadcast, and he's with Coolbet as well. But we got an NLL. I like going to the NLL games, man. They're so much fun.
You got to crank the music during the game and stuff.
People
and all that.
Fist fight. It's awesome. Like legit. A lacrosse fight is a legitimate fist fight.
Yeah, it's like bare knuckles fighting.
Yeah, put that in the Winter. Why isn't that in the Winter Olympics?
Listen, I've always wondered how the hell MMA is in the Olympics.
Well, I think because they have all the separate disciplines, right?
Yeah, they got the different disciplines. And also the thing is, too, MMA, I've especially been told fighters don't want to fight for free.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a big problem.
Yeah, why would you, if you only have X amount of fights in your career?
Yeah, I got to make a team. I got to go. Exactly. It's like,
it's not just one. Yeah. If you win, you probably have to fight 5 times.
Exactly. And it's hard to fight that many times. You're risking injury. And it couldn't, you can't say it couldn't be done, but I've just been surprised that it hasn't been done because it would be big. It would be. You know what I mean? It works in any sport, Pat. It just does.
They just don't want to give you Uzbekistan too many gold medals. Or
no, that's the thing. They've already taken over the UFC enough as it is.
All right. At the PME on Twitter, Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast, Apple, Spotify. Please leave a 5-star review, sub to the channel where you're here, and smash like. Give us your if you have anything on the Olympics, you got some sort of edge, dump it in the comment section, and maybe I can see it. Maybe I can bet on it too. So help us out on that front. All right, I'm Pat Mayo. See you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience.